Hi, I'm Thomas McKee, and I'm going to talk to you about SEO, specifically in where it regards to Google AdWords and how we create Google AdWord campaigns and how we troubleshoot Google AdWord campaigns. We are going to use an analogy that's basically left foot, right foot. So where both of them they work well with each other. So we will be dealing with how we set expectations for clients and then how we meet those expectations. The expectations that I'm referring to is when someone uses keywords in a search field, in a search engine, and they're presented with an ad. They read the ad, and based on the content of that ad, an expectation is created. They click on that ad and it goes to the page where the ad is supposed to be directed to. That page, the content on that page needs to meet that expectation that was set by that ad. If it doesn't, what happens is the customer will immediately click off of that website and go search somewhere else. So where we would have had a great opportunity to convert a visitor to a customer, we lost that opportunity because we didn't meet the expectation that they had when they met the ad. Now, we sell the shoes here. We are the ones who are in charge of setting that expectation and meeting that expectation. That's our job here. So if they're dropping off of a web page, and we can tell that by looking at Google Analytics, we can tell whether or not the ad is getting them to the page and whether they're dropping off of that page. We can see that. So using basic analysis, it says that that expectations aren't being met. So this is the way we deal with that. We use a backwards approach. The first thing we deal with is the content on the page that we want the customers directed to. So imagine you have a house and you want to advertise that as a clean house. Well, the first thing you do is you clean that freaking house before you put the sign in the front yard that says this is a clean house. Think of that as the AdWords. The product is going to be inside of the house. The sign is going to be your Google Ads. So if you create that content and then the ads, once people see the ads, that expectation is set. The expectation is going to be met when they get in the house. But if you put the sign out there, if your luck is anything at all like mine, there's going to be somebody walking by that sign, looking at the sign as you put it up, walking in the house and not seeing that clean house. What are they going to do? They're going to say, this is not a clean house, I'm out of here. And they're going to leave. And that's the whole point of it. You create the content first, and then you use that content in your Google Ads. So in other words, you create the sale, the page where you expect them to arrive, and then you put the sign out in the front yard. And then the expectation is set, the expectation is met. And then there's a better chance of you converting that visitor into a customer. So let's use one of our current clients, Casa Cupla. They are a hotel in Mexico. So they're not, right now it's their off season, so we kind of expect some areas where they're not turning over visitors, but we still have an opportunity here. What I would do is I would go to the content page where I want my visitors to land, and I'd build that with that left foot, right foot in my mind. It's basically, I want to meet the expectation first. In other words, I want to clean the house. I want to meet that expectation first. So I'll create the content, and then I'll copy and paste that into a Google ad, which means the first paragraph of the content that I created needs to have a call to action and it needs to have the sale. So what I'll do, the reason is because in Google Ads, you have the big blue line there that's basically the call to action. And then beneath that, you have text where it actually describes what you've got. So I'll create that in the first paragraph of the content on the web page. The reason is Google says that the first paragraph is what describes the rest of the content, and they're going to use that information to determine whether or not the content on that page is relevant to the keywords that the people used when they put it in the search field. So bearing that in mind, let's just say Casa Cupola is getting people to the website, but then people are dropping off immediately. So we'll take a look at that left foot, right foot, and make sure that the expectations that's being set by the ad are being met by the content. So if they're getting to an area where, let's just say the booking page, and they're dropping off, we can make a couple of assumptions here. The expectation they had in their mind when they read that ad and prompted them to click it and then get to the web page was set. So we set that expectation. That's our job. We sell the shoes. We set that expectation, and then we get their butts over there to the website and turn them into customers. So if they're dropping off there, then let's just say, for example, we didn't put the price at all on the ad. So when they look at that, they've been to hotels. Everybody's been to hotels and motels before. They already have in their mind what they're expecting that price to be. And because we haven't told them what that price is, they're relying on their previous experience to determine that in their mind as they're reading that and creating that expectation. So when they get to the page, they find the price may be too high. What I would do is I'd put the price in the ad itself. So let's say $79 a month, just for an example. That way, when they read the ad, they can say $79 a day, that's just too much. I'm not even going to bother clicking on the ad. And we've saved that money by giving them an opportunity to say, I'm not interested before they even click on the ad. So let's just say we haven't done that. They get to the page, and the price is lower than they expected. Well, that we can draw a couple of conclusions from that. We can think to ourselves, we do know that everybody's been to a hotel before. Maybe they're thinking of something like a hotel that has really thin walls, or something where the quality isn't there, and they equate that to the low price that's quoted on the page. So maybe instead, when we create the ad, we put off-season sale of $79 a day. And that way, when they get there, that expectation's been set, they see it in print, and they're maybe thinking, well, this may not be a low-quality hotel, they're just having a sale. That's where we go. Where basically we build the content first, and then we index that with Google. Then we create the ads to set that expectations that are now being met on the web page. This video wasn't intended to be a training video. It's basically designed to give you some information that you can take to our clients or our prospective clients to let them know basically this is how we want to do the SEO as far as the AdWords are concerned. And so far, this is the best practice that actually can turn into some results. So I hope you got something out of it. If you didn't, or if there's something I missed, or there's something you want to add, get a hold of me, and then we'll deal with that then. All right, have a great day.